Have you ever caught yourself avoiding calls, skipping gatherings, or just wanting more time alone, and wondered, what changed about me? You're not alone. And more importantly, you're not becoming distant, you're becoming aware. Today, we're diving into 17 deep, often unspoken reasons why many people, especially later in life, start pulling away from social circles they once loved. Stay with me, because by the end of this video you may not only understand yourself better, you may finally feel at peace with it. There's a quiet shift that happens as we move through life. It's not dramatic, it doesn't announce itself, but slowly, your tolerance changes, your priorities sharpen, your energy becomes more selective. This isn't about becoming antisocial, it's about becoming intentional. Let's explore 14 real grounded reasons behind this shift, based on emotional insight, lived experience, and human psychology. 1. You've experienced emotional burnout. Over the years, relationships can take a toll, especially when you've been the one giving, supporting, and showing up without equal return. Eventually, your emotional reserves start to feel depleted. You're not withdrawing because you don't care. You're stepping back because you've cared deeply for too long without enough recovery. This kind of fatigue doesn't always come with anger. Sometimes it comes quietly, as a simple need for rest. 2. You value depth over surface-level conversations. At some point, small talk starts to feel empty. You're no longer interested in conversations that circle around gossip, appearances, or repetition. You crave something real, honest thoughts, meaningful exchanges, shared silence. And when that's not available, solitude begins to feel more fulfilling than forced interaction. 4. Your energy feels more finite. As you get older, you become more aware that your time and energy are not unlimited. What once felt easy, long social events, constant interaction, now feels draining. This isn't weakness, it's awareness. You begin to invest your energy where it feels meaningful, not just expected. 5. You no longer feel the need to impress anyone. In earlier years, there's often a subtle pressure to fit in, to be liked, to be accepted. But over time, that need fades. You stop performing. You stop explaining yourself. You stop trying to meet expectations that don't align with who you are. And with that freedom comes distance, from environments that require you to be anything other than yourself. 6. You've outgrown certain relationships. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. Some are built around shared circumstances, work, proximity, life stages. As those change, so do you. Outgrowing people doesn't make you disloyal. It means you're evolving. 7. You notice when you're not truly being heard. There's a difference between being around people and being understood. If you've experienced moments where your thoughts are dismissed, interrupted, or overlooked, it leaves a quiet impact. Over time, it becomes exhausting to speak where you don't feel heard, so you speak less, or you choose spaces where silence feels more respectful than noise. 8. You prefer peace over stimulation. What once felt exciting may now feel overwhelming. Loud environments, constant chatter, crowded spaces, they no longer energize you. Instead, you begin to appreciate calm, stillness, quiet. Peace isn't boring, it's restorative. And once you've experienced that kind of inner calm, it becomes something you protect. 9. You've developed stronger boundaries. With experience comes clarity. You start recognizing what drains you, what disrupts your peace, and what doesn't align with your values. So you say no more often. You step back sooner. You choose distance when something feels off. Boundaries aren't walls, they're filters. 10. You don't want to be involved in drama anymore. Conflict, gossip, unnecessary tension, these things lose their appeal over time. You've likely seen how quickly small issues can escalate, how emotionally costly drama can be, and at this stage it simply doesn't feel worth it. So instead of engaging, you disengage. 11. You may fear becoming a burden. This is a quiet but powerful reason. You might hesitate to reach out, not because you don't want connection, but because you don't want to inconvenience others. You don't want to feel like you're asking for too much. So instead, you handle things alone even when you don't have to. 12. You're more comfortable with yourself than ever before. There comes a point where your own company feels enough. You don't need constant distraction or validation. You enjoy your thoughts, your routines, your space. This isn't isolation, it's self-connection. 13. You see relationships more clearly. Now, with time, patterns become easier to recognize. You see who shows up consistently and who only appears when it's convenient. This clarity changes how you engage. You stop chasing connection and start choosing it carefully. 14. You're redefining what a meaningful life looks like. Earlier in life, meaning might have come from social activity, recognition, or busyness. Now it may come from simplicity, from quiet mornings, personal reflection, genuine connection, even if it's rare. Your definition of a full life has changed, and naturally your social habits change with it. 15. You've become more sensitive to emotional energy. As you grow older, you start noticing something subtle but powerful, how people feel to be around. It's no longer just about what they say, but the energy they bring. Negativity, criticism, constant complaining, or even hidden tension becomes easier to detect and harder to tolerate. What you may have once ignored, you now feel deeply. This doesn't mean you're becoming overly sensitive. It means your awareness has sharpened. And with that awareness comes a natural instinct to step back from environments that feel heavy, draining, or emotionally unsettled. 16. You're processing more than you express. There's a quiet depth that comes with age. You reflect more. You think more. You carry layers of memories, lessons, and emotions that others may not fully see. Because of that, you may not always feel the need to speak everything out loud. You process internally, and in social settings, especially fast-paced or superficial ones, it can feel difficult to keep up or even worth the effort to try. So instead of forcing yourself into conversations that don't match your depth, you choose silence, not because you have nothing to say, but because what you have to say deserves the right space. 17. You've learned that solitude can be healing. At some point, being alone stops feeling like something to fix and starts feeling like something to protect. Solitude gives you space to recover, to think clearly, to reconnect with yourself without outside influence.
You may notice that after spending time alone, you feel calmer, more grounded, more like yourself. And once you recognize that kind of healing, it becomes intentional. You don't isolate. You choose solitude as a way to stay balanced.
So if you've been feeling this shift, pulling back, choosing quiet, becoming more selective with your time, don't rush to judge it. Not every step back is a loss. Sometimes it's a return to yourself. Life has a way of refining us. It teaches us what truly matters, what deserves our energy, and what no longer fits the person we've become. And in that process, it's natural to outgrow noise, distance yourself from what drains you, and protect what brings you peace. You don't need a crowd to live a full life. You don't need constant connection to feel whole. Sometimes the most meaningful life is built in quiet moments, honest reflections, and a few genuine connections that truly understand you. So honor where you are right now. Trust your instincts, and give yourself permission to choose peace without guilt. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on what you're being guided toward, not just what you're stepping away from. And if you found value in this message, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this reminder too. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next video.